welcome to Captured. Here is always all about talking about what is trending in terms of the stories that hit this throughout in the entire week. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. I'm going to be the main host for today, but I'm not going to be alone in the studio. Be accompanied with my fellow beautiful ladies, Nancy Masengo and with a lot of them color delights and the decor. Now, one of the most great news for this week is actually that, as you all know, we had a saga with the fastest airline like last week, where they have been banned actually from sales. And great news is finally arrival of Tanzania Airbus. When we talk of this kind of information, we know that for people who love traveling with air, hey, aloha. So how do you find the news, guys?
I think it's an amazing achievement. It's amazing. As we were talking earlier, it's going to open up a lot of doors for Tanzania.
Okay. Of the Airbus, Air Tanzania first operators in Africa. Now, the A220 will allow Air Tanzania and regional market, as well as open new routes to India and Middle East from its home base, Dar es Salaam. Now, it will not just be about the local flights or the domestic flights, but we are going abroad. How do you think about that, Nancy?
I think it's fantastic. Like I've always said, when our president wanted to revive Air Tanzania, people thought that ilikuwa ni nguvu ya soda. But this guy is serious.
Yes.
We've seen a couple of aircrafts imported to TZ, exactly. And this is another one. So it's a fantastic move for our country. And I'm so thrilled that now journeys that used to take such a long time between Dar es Salaam, say if you're going to Mwanza or to Kagera, it used to take a long time, but now you can have your journey sort of shortened in such a fantastic way. So I say congratulations to our president for his efforts in deciding that he was going to do this and stick by it, and now we're seeing some fruits.
And remember, this airline was actually signed, the deal was signed in 2016. Yeah. What a long wait. Yeah. 2 years. Yeah. Wote tulijua kwamba there's going to be politics. It's political thing. Politics, but finally, here it comes.
Ni kweli, na kwa watu ambao tunapenda kusafiri, it's a good energy and it's a good vibe, because now it's like I'm traveling on my country's airline.
Exactly. Now, just a few hours ago, our friends from Kana, Zimbabwe, all the way from Zimbabwe, wamepigwa 3-1 by our very own Simba FC. Any Simba fan around here?
I was not watching the match. I could hear the match as it was happening.
Yes. And
one of the things that was interesting for me is that I was talking about the fact that it's a Simba and a team from Uganda, and it's a very important. It's from Zambia.
From Zambia,
a team from Zambia and Kana. And I was saying, I'm personally not a Simba fan, but when it comes to international, when we play international teams, I am a Tanzanian fan first. So I'm actually pretty happy about this, because it started really shaky. They scored first, so it was like, yeah.
Nancy looks all in red.
Yes.
Are you a Simba fan?
I'm actually, I wouldn't want to dampen the spirit of Simba fans out there, so I will actually not choose to say anything on that. That's fantastic for Simba Sports fans, because Christmas is here, and they've had a major win, beating 3-1 to this team from, is it Gambia?
Zambia.
Yes, Zambia. So it's fantastic. It's fantastic for them. Yes, it's fantastic. And I think that they couldn't finish the year any better. Yes, they couldn't finish the year any better.
And it's the first time in 16 years that we've advanced this far in these competitions.
Sure.
So that's a pretty big deal.
And when we talk of the local, like the big teams in Tanzania, the Simba and Yanga, you know, there's kind of the tradition behind soccer in Tanzania. Just imagine our fellows from our counterparts, Yanga right now. Are they supporting us? Like, are they supporting Simba today?
That's what I said. I'm a Yanga fan, but when it comes to matches that have to do with international platform, you have to support.
Okay, the excitement is so real. Just seeing this, the celebrities, you know, the entertainment industry has been so good this week. Now, the celebrities are signing more deals. Now we're seeing endorsements really mushrooming among the Tanzanian celebrities. Our very own Vanessa Mdee brought some body spray. Come on, guys, we have so many products now.
It's good. They're paving the way. I think one of the most important things, because if you look at the, like just this week, these artists that have released all these products, they're all artists. Flavia Matata is a model, Vanessa Mdee is a musician, Manal Safa is a rapper. But what they've managed to do is capitalize on their celebrity and be able to create another source of income for themselves. And I think that is so intelligent, and that's what's been missing for our artists and in the Tanzanian film music industry, is taking advantage and capitalizing on the fame that you've gotten in a positive way to make yourself more revenue.
And you know, like in the past, we never used to see these kinds of product endorsement, but now I think artists are becoming more and more confident that they can actually break into other markets. And the social media, you know, like the internet and social media has really helped a lot, because now there is more accessibility to what people are doing. So it's becomes easier for someone to know, like, oh, Mwanaefe is doing this, or Vanessa Mdee is doing that. So it's fantastic for
I remember we
what's
had this
going
kind
on.
of discussion a few months ago on Capitaltvtz, where we spoke about celebrities and endorsement. And among the things that we all discussed about was, how do these celebrities carry themselves, brand themselves to become brand ambassadors of big things? And see now this is really happening. Now the selection is quite great. You know, when you see a personality of Vanessa Mdee, you're like, yes, for the shoes, girls going to school with them, that's so great. And then Manal Safa is always rapping and stuff, so yeah, heat is gonna hit you, so shh. Yeah, so you see how much it goes. They don't just, these big companies, they don't just invest to anybody because you're a star.
Exactly, kama unavyosema Hadija, ukiangalia these three people, let's just take these three people as an example. Vanessa Mdee is a hard-working woman ambaye ana go hard. We see her working hard, traveling all over Africa, doing shows. Manal Safa doesn't have scandals. He's a good rapper, not scandals that I know. Flavia Matata is out there modeling, being an amazing representative of Tanzania in the United States.
And so we're all proud of them, kiukweli, to round that up. Now, the holiday season is here. Everybody is up for a party. Every time hour, people party, and drinking is part of the business.
Absolutely.
So it's the main reason for the party.
It's the season to drink.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Let me just correct you. In Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, from January, maybe January because a lot of people are nalipa school fees, so sana. From February to December, in Dar es Salaam, it is the season for drinking.
Really? Sasa, now the government, you know, it's been advised now to create laws za kuhakikisha usalama wa unywaji wa pombe na safety. Sasa nimejiuliza hili swali wakati tunapanga jinsi ya kuongelea hii topic. Nikajiuliza, why now? Kwani zamani hakukuwa na shida ya kuweka this kind of laws?
Unajua Hadija, like I remember growing up, I used to see like there was no alcohol restriction, meaning if you're under 18, you're not allowed to have access to alcohol, whether you buy for your
and you'll never get access to it.
You're saying that you saw alcohol restriction? There's never been alcohol
There's
restriction
never.
in Dar es Salaam.
There's never for a long, long time. So I'm kind of surprised that now. But guys, we're in a different era, so I can see this happening.
No, but then you have to think about it. Listen, it has to start from the ground up. I kid you not, I have friends with 14-year-old little sisters, 13-year-old little sisters, and brothers who are drinking, and they go out. And the places they go to, they look like they're not 18. They look like they're not 17.
And yet being
and
served?
yet they still get served.
Really?
Yes. In other places, you need to produce an ID before you're admitted into a pub or into a nightclub. You need to have an ID.
Yes.
So I don't know why in
countries.
TZ this has never been implemented. In other countries, you
It's
cannot
Vanessa.
go in
We
and
know
out.
you're a party animal. Tell us about that.
I used to be a party animal.
Okay.
No,
At least you know the history
now
in that
I'm polite
part.
about it. No, I used to be a party animal.
So you know
Now
the
I'm
history
polite.
about that
Yes,
part.
because I'll be honest, I was one of those people who started going out and drinking at a very young age.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to have like my older brother on me, so they try to
gave
be
you
like,
that protection.
can only have this much to
Protecting
drink
you,
and you
yeah.
have to go home and whatnot. But not a lot of people have that. And I kid you not, from when I started, I'm not going to mention how old I was because hiyo itakuwa nimejisnitch.
Just
Itakuwa
for trouble.
nimejisnitch sana.
We know you're the trouble bee, so.
Lakini ukiangalia ni rahisi sana kwa vijana ku get into matatizo, especially at that age. Unajikuta unahisi unajua everything. You think you know everything. I'm grown. I even remember that feeling when I was a teenager. I feel like I'm an adult. I'm grown. Boy,
No
did
one
I
can
not
tell
know
you
anything.
nothing.
Exactly. So those restrictions are important. But realistically speaking, it's not going to work. It has to start from the people around these young.
But Vanessa, it might work because for someone to have access to alcohol, someone must be willing to sell you it. If they say
And for them to not be willing to sell you it, there needs to be physical regulation. There needs to be officers who go
Kama
and
ambavyo iko kwenye sigara, at least there's a bit of a
that is
and there needs to be fines for these bars that sell to you.
So it has to be better regulated.
I think these regulations will actually help us kwa vijana wetu, na ukiongelea vijana, asilimia kubwa ya vijana Tanzania sasa hivi wamegraduate. You know, thousands of people are always graduating kama hii season yote. Now that's a very sad news. There's a very sad news here. A youngster actually committed suicide at a mall simply because of unemployment.
That's scary, man.
You know, our government is trying their best to do a lot of things, but in certain instances inabidi tuwe realistic with each other. Wanafunzi wengi wanamaliza chuo.
Wengi sana.
Ukiangalia kuna mazingira gani yameandaliwa kwa hao wanafunzi either kuingia kwenye kuweza kupata kazi. Na kama watashindwa kupata kazi, what environment is there for them to be able to start something of their own, even with the little amount of money that they have? And
or knowledge. Sometimes
or
it's not
knowledge,
about money.
yes. Sometimes you have the knowledge and somebody
Mm-hmm.
else will give you the capital.
Exactly.
It's true.
Yeah.
Lakini sidhani kama hiyo ipo. Let's be honest, sidhani. Yani sisi tunasoma kwenda kuajiriwa.
Okay, and hiyo ni mentality ya wanafunzi wengi. I'm going to agree with that. But nafanya the decor. Na karibu miezi 5-6 ya decor, kama watu ambao wamefuatilia, nimekuwa na host vijana ambao wametoka fresh from university. Kazi hakuna. Kila kitu ambacho wameweza kufikiria ni ku go back to what they started. Kwa hiyo wamechukua zile skills walizozipata. They then come into putting them into reality na kuzifanya bidhaa create services. Now hii kitu ipo, lakini now the tradition of saying kwamba sio elimu yangu ndio itanifanya mimi niende mahali.
You are right, Khadija, because being in school, it gives you the skills to be able to go and confront the world out there and make something of yourself. But in my opinion, I think art students have a fair chance of molding something professional, you know, yeah.
Okay. Now, when we say Another thing is now DRC, our very own neighbor. You know, we tuliongea a few weeks ago here kwamba it's about time now that Africans are allowed to do things on their own. Let them stand on their own. Elections zao wacha wasimamie mpaka wasaidiwe. Sasa tuone MONUSCO wameona Wakongo kwamba hawawezi. Wamekuja wanaambia sasa, I think you guys need our help. What do you think about it?
Has it been pushed to 30th?
Yes, it was originally meant to be held today.
Yeah.
And one of the things I find very funny about the fact that now it's been pushed back is because I do the news. So I do a lot of the transitions and whatnot. So the consistency I've been hearing from the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo is the elections will not be pushed back.
Great. Now, tutaona hiyo maendeleo yake 30th sio mbali
I hope to follow through.
Now, apparently, boredom equal. Like a lady, I don't know if it was a lady or a guy who was 84 years old, suddenly just got bored out of retirement. I mean, there's nothing much I can do. Nimezoea kwenda ofisini, now siendi. Okay, I have the money, but yet my life is so. They decided to go back to school and get their bachelor degree. Are you guys ready to go back to school right now?
Mimi namkubali. Sijui kama mimi ningeweza kwa umri huo, lakini mimi namkubali because she obviously doesn't drink.
But it's
it's
so boring being having been in employment for a long time. I know, and now you're finding yourself that there is absolutely nothing for you to do.
I agree.
My dad is retired, but he wakes up in the morning, he works out. Him and his friends set up an office for consultancy. He goes there and does that, and then later he has a big farm where he sort of grows cashews. So he does that as well. So for him, I think his life is packed with so many different things that boredom is something that he doesn't experience. But to a lot of retirees out there, you find that, yes, you retire, but there is no after retirement plan that will see you working to sort of not as actively as you used to.
Make yourself comfortable.
Yes, and keep being active. I don't think there's such a plan.
I agree because I'll give you a good example. I was watching an interview that Judge Judy did, and if you guys know, I'm pretty obsessed with her courtroom cases.
Judge
I'm always
Judy.
watching her.
Yeah.
And she said in the interview that if she stopped working, she would age like that. Like she working more, continuing to work, keeps her active, gives her a reason to wake up every day.
do you know how old
gives
she
her
is?
She's 76.
What?
Yes, gives her a reason to get up, put on makeup, go to the salon, do her hair, do her hair. And if
when you say that, I remember that part when Oprah was like, "Goodbye, guys. I'm taking my time off.
She did.
Thank you so much. Bye bye to the media." And then
Own came out of nowhere.
She wanted to be a farmer, be busy with her garden at home. Then boom, she's back on TV.
no, she opened a network. Literally.
Imagine how much boredom is real.
You have to keep yourself busy. Like even when I go on leave, I always have to make sure that I have like trips planned. I can't go on leave and just be at home.
And not do
I'll go
anything.
mad.
Yeah.
I'll go mad.
But imagine umezoea to wake up in the morning, saa fulani, you have to get ready to go to work, and then suddenly you have less of activities to do apart from the
But
house
guys,
chores.
do you agree that, because like Vanessa, she travels, that's her, I would say, her lifestyle. That's the structure. I won't say that.
But it's true. I am, and I'm proud of it.
But then, if you have your life structured, like say, there's a pattern that you stick to, say 90% of the time, I think even after retirement, you already have a pattern. To a lot of people, your pattern involves getting up, having a shower, getting to work, coming back home, have supper, go to bed, wake up the next day. So there is absolutely no structure outside work. So how on earth are you supposed to have a life after retirement?
That's why it's encouraged, it's healthy. There have been psychological research ambayo imefanyika juu yake lazima uwe na maisha nje ya maisha ofisini.
I hear you.
Lazima uwe na social life nje ya social life ya ofisini.
Yes.
Whether ni ku spend time na family, whether ni ku spend time na friends, whether just to go out on a day out, you have to.
Yes.
Because at some point, iyo kazi ikitolewa kwenye maisha yako, you start asking yourself, what am I left with?
I know.
What was I working for?
Imagine if you had kids, wote wameshakuwa watu wazima.
They've
Wana
left
maisha
home.
yao.
They've left home.
Wana
They're not
maisha
there.
yao, wengine labda hawahamwishi hata mji mmoja, wakasema kwamba wende kusumbua ukabebe wajukuu. Yeah, you need to have another life.
There's a country, I don't know if it's Japan or Korea, where the retirement age, after you've sort of retired, there's other sort of work that you could do while still on employment. Yes, you are.
It is Japan.
It is Japan,
Yes.
Vanessa. So your duties will be reduced, but you will still be able to be out there and interact. Guys, I tell you, being here, working, interacting with all of you, I tell you, it's priceless.
It's true, but it shouldn't be the only thing in your life.
Absolutely. My point is, if you withdraw from that, that is really
But my
difficult.
question is, how are we going to cope? Imagine you come here at 8:30 in the morning, and then you have to work.
And you leave at 8:30
You
p.m.
leave at 8:30 p.m. When you go home, it's just about perhaps you. Sometimes you go home, the kids wameshalala.
Yes.
So it's all about you again. Imagine unakuwa kwenye hiyo position for how many years?
I see.
Yeah, can you survive?
Personally, no.
That's not.
I would consider myself an introvert in a lot of ways because I like to read. Sometimes I go out because my friends want to go out. I like to read. I can be indoors from Friday when I leave the office until Monday when I get into the office and not leave. Yes, I have, and I've done it plenty of times.
And
just
those of
read
us who
books,
read,
watch series, read books,
Yeah.
and I'd be perfectly fine because I'm comfortable.
But that kind
that's
of
not healthy.
But that kind of a lifestyle, again, it's not interactive. So
It's not
you
healthy.
have to
That's what
take
I'm
it
saying.
Do you think it's not healthy?
I think it's not.
It's
because
just
sometimes
herself.
You need
She's
to
not
have
interacting with
human
anybody.
But you've been
interaction.
interacting with people, Vanessa, from Monday to Friday. Why can't you have 2 days by yourself?
Imagine, no,
I'm kidding.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just taking
No,
it
I'm
home
just
by yourself.
joking.
But sometimes, sometimes you need alone time.
Not
Sometimes
like,
you
of
need
course,
alone
yes,
time.
you do.
And we cannot just, alone time is different for some people. 4 hours might be enough for her.
Yeah.
2 days might be enough for me.
Okay. So, nadhani kila mtu anaweza kawa na break time yake. For myself, I'm not sure about it, but I will.
I'd love to know how you unwind. We want to know how Hadija
break time
unwinds.
unaitoa wapi?
So we'll discuss about that some other time. Let's create a topic out of it. I think we need to go for a short break. When we come back, we have a great topic to talk about here. And our main topic today is job interviews. Hapa kuna mengi. Just take a break and join us shortly.
Karen, tell us how has it been going at this year's festival?
Well, the turnout, Vanessa, is amazing as it is.
Thomas, hello.
Nice to be there with you.
What is the purpose of this meeting and who will be in attendance?
Talking about how African countries can stop relying to a large extent on...
We are definitely seeing a lot of deeply political films, either directly treating a political issue or with a political subtext.
Don't miss the live special report between Capital Television and Doshwell Television at 9:30 p.m.
Again.
Innovation brings you the latest technology solutions and startups in various industries such as business, health, agriculture, renewable energy. Innovation features practical solutions for consumers. On Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Okay, welcome back, guys. This is Capitaltvtz tunaongelea mengi. Actually, we miss our very first segment, which is always interesting. Tunaongelea vitu ambavyo vimetrend throughout the week, especially on the hot topics. Now, what we're going to do right now is, again, let's brainstorm together about job interviews. Hii ni mambo ya interview za kazi. Usaili wa ajira.
Sindio Vanessa?
I think
yeah,
so.
I think.
Okay, so unaweza kuongea na sisi kupitia namba ya simu 0677733300. You can speak to us through our mobile number, which is 06777333000, and tell us about your experience on job interviews. This is super exciting because we've all gone through that.
Yeah.
And probably not just one time.
Twice for me.
For you, twice.
For me, because I studied when I was at university, I went to class and I had to do a part-time job. It was the system I was under. So I think I can comfortably say over 20 interviews.
Wow. 20 job interviews?
Yes.
Wow.
As unskilled, because I used to, like I said, you would need part-time to supplement your
also,
income.
you would do different part-time
yes.
jobs. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if we count off that, baada ya kufika sasa kwenye soko la ajira, how many interviews umefanya?
I would say 5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I would go here, they'll say no, I'd go there, they'd say maybe, they'd go say, you know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did you count the maybes, Vanessa?
All the 2 jobs I ever applied for, I got.
Nice.
So, I don't think anyone can say no to you, Vanessa.
Oh, believe me.
You're that
No to me all the time.
I mean,
now, sometimes, of course. Now, job interviews, jamani. Let's talk about the first experience. You know, the first time ambayo unajua kwamba leo I'm gonna hit that door and I'm going to kujieleza, I wanna get that job.
Yeah,
how was that very, very, very first experience? And I want to know the downfalls.
Actually, ngoja nisiongelee ya kwanza. Nataka niongelee hii hapa, ilionileta hapa.
Okay.
Because hiyo ndo ilinichanganyaga akili. One of my former lecturers anipigia mimi, kaniambia una interview Jumatatu, iko Jumatatu, ITV offices 8 a.m. be there. What for? When enda tu utajua. You don't know what to prepare for. You know, it's a big brand. So first thing I did, I just researched ITV. So I get here, I'm being interviewed for Capital TV.
Okay.
It was scary, but then knowing about the brand helps sana. Kama unaenda kufanya interview, ukijua hiyo kampuni inahusu nini, ina mandhari gani, inataka nini, ina aim gani. Hata kama kuna vitu vingi utakuwa huvijui, ile interest tu ya kuonyesha kwamba unajua. It goes a long way.
It opens doors.
Absolutely.
Nancy?
Yeah, for me, I remember I once went for this interview for a job. They were looking for job placements. And I went into this office. It had like glass walls and it had like waterfalls. I remember going back home telling this to my mom, how elegant the place looked. So for me, I think...
Then you got overwhelmed.
Yes. A lot of the interviews, I...
Lost on the way?
No, they inspire me. They want me to be better. Because my experience coming here at ITV, I think we don't know how profound this company is until you get in. Because when you're out there, you just admire. You look.
That is true.
Yeah, you look at people.
The impression when you're just outside looking in, and then when you're walking down that, and you see the glass, and you're like.
People take it easy. You see stars coming in, they're always like selfing. It's not a small thing. So for me, and I remember having walked through and going through the corridors, I was like, gosh, would I ever remember?
Yeah.
Going back.
The maze.
Yeah.
The maze that is the corridors.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's going on here? But yes, you get that first impression of the goodness within that entity, like here at ITV, but then you kind of think, I have to prove myself.
Okay.
So that adds the pressure.
That's interesting.
And also, like, my first interview was with our channel director. He's now on holiday, Mr. Koigi, and Yvonne.
Yeah.
And nilivyoingia kwenye ile ofisi, wakawa wananiuliza maswali. I had a magazine and I had a book. That automatically impressed Yvonne because Yvonne reads a lot.
Yeah, she likes books.
So Koigi threw me for a loop the minute. He's like, au umebeba ili utuimpress, yani tujue kwamba unapenda kusoma.
And that's what I wanted to say, Vanessa, because if you find a common ground that your prospective employer is, I think it can easily get you in.
Now, my experience is totally different. It's not about kujua kuhusu kampuni. It's not about wewe kujua unaenda kufanya nini. For me, nili apply Capital TV for the first time wakati bado niko chuo. Nilikuwa mwaka wa pili. So when I heard about it, I was so excited.
That was early.
And when I got here, I believed my Kiingereza, the English and stuff will just take me there.
No way.
Okay? Just like that. It's a mistake that a lot of people
It's true.
make.
Really?
It's true.
It is.
A lot of people
so
make
when
that
I got
mistake.
here, I totally forgot my manners.
You did?
I did. What?
Oh, wow.
Imagine.
Who interviewed you?
This is the first time I'm hearing this story, by the way, so this is nice. Yes.
You're forgetting your manners and you're meeting the MD.
You went
I-
there?
The first time you met her?
The very first
Oh,
time.
mine was the second time. At least I had time, but
The very first time.
Me
and,
too, a second time. I didn't meet
and then
Vanessa
she was okay with it. She didn't say anything about it. But as we were winding up, she said something to me. Aliniambia, it's not about everything that you have. I like that. It's about how you carry yourself. That's why I kept on seeing the word carry yourself because
I think
and there's a lot of carrying yourself.
I think we have a caller on the line, guys.
Yeah, so tupokee simu.
Hello?
Okay, naona tumempoteza. Unaweza kuendelea kutupigia simu kupitia 0677733300. Interact with us through our mobile phone, which is 06777 333 000.
Tuambie interview yako ya kwanza ilikuwa.
How was the
interview
experience?
zako zenda. Lakini unajua I actually say the more interviews unazozifanya hata
They
kama
build you.
usipopata
They build you.
inakufundisha kitu.
You always learn something from
Definitely.
an interview.
And then from there, I cried the whole day.
Why?
Yvonne kept on calling me the whole day.
Did you cry?
I had to, come on, you don't
She's a softie, by the way.
You're something.
I'm scared to argue with Hadija because I feel like I'm going to make her cry.
I cried the whole day. And then guess what, guys? 2 years later, I was back. And I was back, like,
And
I'm
ready.
coming to mean
What she
business.
said to you, like, what is not everything?
Also, you didn't get
it
that.
made you think
you
twice.
didn't want to
I didn't
pursue
get
it
it.
anymore.
I didn't get it. She was like, you need to go back to school, grow up, and come back.
Oh. What manners did you forget? We
She
did
walked
touch on
in,
that.
the MD walked in, everybody stood up, and I was still sitting.
You did?
I did.
Where did you get enough to do that?
Unfortunately,
You
I
see,
did.
when we're young, we're
See,
dumb.
you nilikuwa nashangaa nini? I don't know, man. This building is so beautiful. I don't know. I was
Maybe
just sitting
justice
there.
came.
Was it
Yes.
in that room?
Exactly. So you're like, oh, okay. Then she sits. That's when I stood up. She was like, oh, just sit down. Take a seat. Then 2 years, I'm back.
How did that go?
Everybody forgot me except Mr. Koigi. He was the only one who didn't forget me.
Yeah.
And then everything that I was asked and everything that I was supposed to give, I was giving it 100%.
Even the MD forgot?
She forgot about me.
Ah.
And then at the end, that was when Mr. Koigi told her, like, Madam, do you remember her? She was like, oh, no, you know, I meet a lot of people. I don't think if I could remember her. I mean, she came here 2 years ago. And
You
she was
must
like,
have changed in the
so
2
you're
years.
the one. You've really done your homework this time.
Does she
was
remember?
clever, yeah.
But one of the things I like about RMD is the fact that she's very straightforward.
No,
She doesn't take
She
a
doesn't
whole
mess
lot of
around.
poppycock.
Yeah, she doesn't take no prisoners. It's
I
like,
tried.
Bang.
My second interview after the first with Mr. Koigi and
Yeah.
Yvonne, the second one was now with Mr. Koigi, Yvonne, and MD.
Yeah.
But she was the only one talking and asking me questions. And I was freaking out. I wish Seba was here because me and Seba started together. We did all our interviews like back to back. So he went first. When he came out, I was asking him, so how did it go? How is MD? And he was like, no, just chill, just go be yourself.
That's the thing I wanted to point out, Kwamba, in everything, when you're yourself, I think people know what to expect. Wanajua kabisa huyu mtu na expect nini kutoka kwake. Kwa hiyo ni vizuri zaidi if you are more yourself.
Exactly, please.
Kuliko play a certain role ambayo it's not even yours.
Yeah, you have to be yourself. Utaka tujue na nyinyi pia. How was the experience, jamani? Talk to us. 0677-333-000. Sasa hizo nadhani zimeweza kutujenga from there. From there.
Mimi nijaribu kumdanganya. Akanidaka hapo hapo. So then Niuliza, what are you interested in? I started with the truth, entertainment. I like to go out, I like to socialize, I like to watch series.
But you know,
akanistamp kitu kimoja. And what else? Wow. So I had to scramble. I was like, well, I watched the news, I like the news. She asked me, so what was the lead story yesterday?
Oh my God.
I was like, we didn't have electricity.
You
I
did not watch
that. No electricity.
I remember when I got here, I was all about news. All about news. I was so focused. Like, naingia hapa, this is a media company. Maybe when I talk about mass communication, what I want to do is just news. I don't want to do anything else. She asked me, you're just 23 years old.
Don't put yourself in a box.
Why do you want to do these hard things? Don't you like going out? Don't have anything entertaining in your life? And I'm like,
and you know, guys, I think the interviews we have here, they are kind of different.
Okay. Nashukuru hatimaye Abduli yuko pamoja na sisi. Abduli, welcome to the program.
Karibu.
Hello Abdul.
Abdul Zatanga.
Hello, mmependeza kweli kweli kwanza hapo.
Okay, I guess we have lost
Abdul
him.
tupigie tena.
Yeah, namba yetu ni hiyo 0677733300.
Huyo hapo bado tunaye.
Abdul, karibu kwenye kipindi. Abdul? Unfortunately, we lost him again. Sasa, when we're talking about that, nikakumbuka kitu kimoja. Unajua, it's just like how we're doing this show. Some people will be so freaked out up there. Lakini when you start doing it, start getting comfortable and stuff, even for the interviews, there are point in time that you start feeling comfortable. Zile dakika chache nazo familiarize with the people in the room. That is where you can easily get lost. Do you believe in that?
I believe inabidi ujue kusoma situation, and katika vitu ambavyo sisahau ni kuwa mstaarabu. Kwa Kiingereza wanasema don't forget, please, thank you, may I, can I.
Absolutely.
Huwezi kuzoea mazingira. Yaani sio tu interview, hata kazi. Hamna kitu kibaya kama kuzoea kazi. It's a horrible thing. Na kuna job interviews, the way you present yourself, the first minute.
Okay, so we have somebody calling from Iringa. Welcome to the program.
Asante, mimi nimefurahi sana kuwa na nyinyi kipindi hiki ni cha tatu.
Hello, karibu Capitaltvtz.
Sasa mimi nataka interview yangu ya kwanza ilikuwa ngumu sana kwa sababu waliniuliza unataka tukupe mshahara kiasi gani?
Tunakusikia.
Kitu ambacho nimejifunza, ukitaka kwenda kwenye interview uwe unajua kampuni hiyo unayoifanyia interview inashughulika na nini.
Ni kweli.
Mimi kwa sababu ni driver, nikaambia nyinyi, mimi nina uwezo wa kuendesha magari ya aina ya wanaotengeneza kampuni za Kijapani, na maana Toyota na vingine. Kwa sababu nilikuwa najua wao wana Toyota nyingi, zile double cabin. Kampuni hiyo bwana nilifanikiwa sana, lakini kitu ambacho kilinipa shida sana kuona wanahitaji sana watu wenye onekana na sifu sana, na siku na mimi niliulamba.
Lakini unaona nimependa hicho. Alisoma situation. Kampuni ilienda kuomba kazi, aliangalia wana magari ya aina gani. So ilipoenda alikuwa anajibu
baadhi yao hata mmoja wapo.
Ndio.
Ukiwa hivyo unaweza vizuri sana, kwa sababu kama kuna mtu wanaweza kaa pengine kati ya wale wanaokuja kufanyisha interview, unafahamu. Kama hapo ulivyo, najua mama Mahanjumati hapo namfahamu, akiniuliza habari ya Mahanjumati najua si fulani. Unaona? Sasa kama huwafahamu hata mmoja, kwa kweli huwa inakuwa ni kazi sana. Alafu jitahidi sana, kama unauliza swali mtazame yule anayekuuliza swali.
Asante sana, ni kweli anachokisema. Unajua mimi nimependa hivyo anasema kwamba bado nimependa hivyo anasema kwamba anasoma mazingira. Alisoma mazingira kabla. Sasa hiyo ndo ukiwa unaenda kufanya interview yoyote, whether ni interview ya A wa B ya C, hata kama ni interview ya kitu ambacho hujawahi kufanya, hujakisomea, wewe kufanya uchunguzi wako binafsi kuhusu hiyo sehemu unaenda kufanya interview. Inaweza ikawa kitu simple kama ilivyokuwa nasema, aina ya magari waliokuwa nao. Sasa alivyoenda kati anajinadi, anajiongelea kabisa kwa sababu najua kuendesha magari ya jamii.
It's about meeting that demand. Na yeye amejua kabisa, like said, these guys need someone who can drive Japan model sort of vehicles, and he had that, and he looked smart. And he looked someone in the eye. You cannot have an interview with someone you're like looking down, looking everywhere.
But I tell you something great about that eye contact thing. When I was younger, I used to be very shy and I used to not look people in the eye. And my mom brought it up kuna siku wakasema, your cousin ukiongea naye anakuangalia machoni. Why don't you do that? I know labda unajisikia you shy and whatnot, lakini you have to look at people in the eye, otherwise they won't trust you.
That's where they can have confidence come to. I think we have another caller right now.
Husna kutoka Kilombero.
Hi, Husna. Karibu.
Mambo Husna.
Okay, I think we lost her. Now, mimi kitu kikubwa ambacho nakitizama hapa, of course there's that exciting part, there's that scary part. When you walk out of that room, the psychotrauma that you're gonna live for those days that you're gonna wait for a phone call. Nataka nijue hiyo. How much were you guys affected by it?
The first interview that I did with Mr. Koigi and Yvonne, I wasn't stressed out about it, if I'm honest, because when I was leaving, Yvonne walked me out, and I had another interview in Arusha, and she's like, don't take that job, I like you. But then after the interview, the MD,
you had something else.
I was like, if she calls, cool.
Man.
If she doesn't, cool. But yes, I went through a bit of like uncertainty, but I was hoping that it went well.
For me, I think it's getting better as I get older. That if something is meant for me, I will get it. I don't stress as much. When I was younger, I used to stress a lot. And because now I've been in employment, I'm thinking, yes, if it goes well, fine. If it doesn't, maybe there's something better for me. So I don't stress as much as I used to. Si stress sana, kidogo tu.
Yeah, na iko ni kitu muhimu ambacho inabidi ukumbuke. Sometimes unavyoenda kufanya kuomba kazi na unaenda kufanya interview ya kutafuta kazi, wewe kutokuipata hiyo kazi doesn't mean kwamba wewe ndo una mapungufu. Sometimes wewe tu huna hicho kitu ulichokuwa unakihitaji katika muda huo.
Okay, so we have a caller again on the line. Karibu Capitaltvtz.
Martin. Salama za kwako.
Salama kabisa. Sasa mimi napenda kushare na nyinyi experience yangu ambayo ilikuwa kwenye movie, kwenye interview yangu.
Okay.
It was a beautiful experience. Nilikuwa nimeenda kwenye interview, nikaambiwa unaweza kuigiza wewe? Nikamwambia naweza kuigiza. Nikaambia sasa kama unaweza kuigiza tuonyeshe namna kuigiza. Basi nikakaa tunawakodolea macho. Sikufanya shot. Wakaniambia igiza sasa. Nikaambia nikakaa kimya, sikufanya shot. Wakawa bado wanaendelea kuniangalia wale majaji. Kadri unavyozidi kuniangalia mimi nawaangalia. Wakaniambia so hivyo ndio kuigiza kwako? Wakaniambia jamaa hawezi kuigiza. Nikamwambia mimi ndo nimeigiza hivyo, kukaa kimya na kuwadogolea macho. Sasa mimi nilipata interview na nikashinda, wakaniemploy. Sababu text ilikuwa kwamba kuigiza. Kwa na mimi nikawaigizia kwamba kama tuwasikii waelewe. Ndio kwa igizo langu hilo.
Na ilikuwa ni kazi ya aina gani, Martin? Was it an acting job?
Na ilikuwa ni kuwa mwajiriwa kufundisha
vijana ambao waigizaji kama mkufunzi wa waigizaji.
Kwa hiyo mwisho wa siku uliipata?
Nilipata nafasi kwa sababu waliniambia niigize lakini hawakuniambia niigize nini.
Kwa hiyo wewe uliwazidi akili kidogo katika interview wakashindwa kukukataa.
Sababu hawakuniambia igiza kitu hiki na hiki. Wanyebe tuigiza. And I just decided to spend and stay at them kuangalia. Ndio ilikuwa naigiza hivyo.
Okay.
So they expected kama nitaigiza kama nitaanza kupiga makelele.
Asante sana.
Asanteni sana.
Asante.
Nimependa story yake. Aliwaweza kwa kweli. Hawajampa specifications walichokuwa nataka. Kwa hiyo yeye kawapa alichokuwa nataka.
That's great. Sasa kitu kingine ambacho nadhani it's going to be very interesting kwa hata watu ambao wanatutazama right now is, do people really share those ish moments on a job interview?
Hapana. Watu wanashare na marafiki wa karibu.
Sure.
Do you actually share absolutely everything?
Yes. Mimi nilivotoka tu pale nikapiga simu. Britney best yangu, I was like, listen, my interview went a bit crazy. We need to meet. Yes.
I tend not to, because I always worry like maybe they might think I screwed up. Kwa hiyo anajaribu I wait. So when I get the results, that's when I tell them, guys, but you know when I want that, this and that. It's like if I talk about it, I feel like I jinx. I feel like I'm jinxing it. So it might be stupid. I don't know how
I don't think it's stupid. It's just a different mentality. I have a lot of friends ambao achana tu na job interviews, hata waki-apply for universities, hata waki-apply for scholarships au nini. Hawasemi kitu mpaka kile kitu either kitimie au wasipate kabisa. Then atasema nilijaribu lakini sikupata. Mimi I'm slightly different. Mimi nasema.
And guys, we haven't talked about how we appeared on the day. Your dress code, how was it? Did you dress to kill, meaning to impress, or ama ulikuwa tu kawaida?
The first one I was okay. Nilikuwa bado niko chuo.
Okay. So you were dressed like university student.
Exactly. When you just look at me unajua huyu mtoto anatafuta nini hapa, you know? But when I came back another time, I was ready to go to the newsroom. I was ready to go to the newsroom or even go out and do an interview. Really I was ready like that. So since then, I know how to carry myself well. I will never forget those terms. Those two words.
How was it like for you, Vanessa?
I was dressed smart casual. Casual smart?
For me,
I wasn't very like professional.
For me, I looked really glamorous. I tell you, I look glamorous. No, because I was coming from a place where we used to dress like that. I had my high heels on, I had a black skirt, I have my white shirt with white lace, I had beautiful hair, I tell you. And then I thought that's how we dress every day. And people telling me, no, you can come in your jeans and your casual smart, you allow that, but I did. But I wasn't dressing to impress, I was just being in the ordinary.
To the point that the MD actually asked me like, okay, you're ready to go to the newsroom just like the way you are. Lakini I'm trying to imagine, unaendaje kwenye let's say muhadhara wa campaigns na hizo 6 inches high heels, like girl, how are you gonna do this? Nikamwambia only one thing, you're gonna put them off and run away, just like that.
Being practical.
Lakini pia, I like that you brought up how you're dressed when you go to interviews. If you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, unakuwa more relaxed. When unaongea na mtu kwa sababu you're not fidgeting, you're not thinking ananichukuliaje au nimevaa vipi. So ni muhimu pia.
True. And for ladies we have an advantage, you know? Because I mean in a sense that when you look like at our AMD, she's the most glamorous management head I've ever seen in my life, and I think for the rest of TZ.
And she's hot.
Yes, she dresses. Anavaa anapendeza, yani anavaa anapendeza. Mimi huwa nasema jamani, naambia rafiki zangu ndani, guys, You see how our end is so super? Yani sisi ndo tunaonekana like we don't know what we are doing. Lakini yeye yani, so that's the advantage point ambayo nataka kuongelea kwamba when you look nice, we are ladies, you know.
Okay, we have. Mimi, I'm a bit of a tomboy. Had you just seen me like since uni?
Yeah.
Really? Since uni, I was a
She was a tomboy.
Jeans, baggy jeans,
Yeah.
vest tops.
Yeah.
Not really sneakers. Like I wasn't really stressing out about life like that.
Yeah.
Like this whole, my best friend tried to tell me, "You're a girl. You need to dress like a girl."
But do you see the advantage, Vanessa?
But no, but then it's now become more of an evolution, because then I went from always being in casual to occasionally changing to occasionally wearing, and then these days I find myself I like dressing in a certain way more than others.
I see. So it was like an introduction into this. I see.
I think there's more to talk about when we speak of job interviews. Kuna mengi. Kuna siri nyingi, kuna uoga mwingi, kuna kudanganyana kwingi. Kuna vitu vingi sana, especially as ladies.
Interview nimefanya. Sorry, I actually was in the judging part of my first ever interview when Yvonne went on leave. And it's interesting to see the different type of people who come to ask for jobs and they're not prepared.
Really?
They're not prepared. They don't know about the company. They don't know what they're going to, they're coming there to ask for.
I think especially for university, hivi vitu watu wao wanaandaliwa mapema ili ukitoka you just know that you're going to hit those notes. Matter how high.
Especially tuseme kama semester ya mwisho ya karibia una graduate, wawe na kikozi kifupi cha when you go out into the world, how to present yourself.
Okay, so kuna mengi zaidi. I think tutaendelea ku bring those kind of topics more and more right here on Capchat. Ebu, let's take a break. Tunywe maji kidogo. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip hop, I hit it, the hip hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
All the time when I know that I'm coming to host Capchat, whether as a co-host or as the main host, kwa kweli, I'm just always curious and excited about the last segment, which is the memes part, where everybody's going to have a little bit of a laughter and share more experience too, because memes zingine acha kabisa. Now I think we're ready to see the very first one.
Leo nimeomba landlord anikopeshe pesa. After kunipa, nikamlipa nayo rent.
Okay.
Tumecheka na yeye karibu dakika 5. Lakini bado amenifungia nyumba.
Like really?
He thought he was smart. But the landlord was smarter.
How do you play with a landlord? How do you play with a landlord?
And so this is when landlords start demanding the money, right?
Yeah.
And not just demanding money, any with the landlords, come on. Once it comes to money, issue. Let's see another one.
10-year-old me, I'll finish secondary school by 16, enter university, graduate by 21, serve 1 year, get a job, buy a car, flex life, 3 years, and marry when I'm 26.
Oh,
and that's what life happens to you.
That's rather interesting, because
and look at his face.
I also
look at his facial
expression. You know, like, have that mentality, like, yeah, I'll finish. You know, between
the excitement.
Between kindergarten and Form 6 before uni, life was pretty much predetermined because your parents are there to walk you through those steps. But once you graduate from uni, my dear, hey,
Achana na hiyo pia. This is the perfect example of maisha hayana formula. Sometimes as much as you plan for something, destiny has totally different plans for you.
And hapo ndipo watu wengi wanapotea, you know, you have a lot of plans, they don't come your way.
And the strange thing is like, sasa hivi ndo tunataka kila kitu kiwe shaped, but looking at how our parents lived, I think wao walikuwa wana long term and short term goals, afu unatembea nazo. Wezi ukasema you cram everything and plan everything. Anything can happen kesho.
That's true.
Unaenda na basics, and then from the basics that's where you expand.
Yes, it's true.
That's where you expand. Like in sisi, but everything. From the basics, it's like expand. Plus life experience ambayo hujapitia, you want to have it by yourself.
People like, but then
a slopey slide.
But this is what builds character.
Yeah, that's the hardest
Big
part.
time.
Let's see the third one.
Bring back arranged marriages. It's hard out here.
Definitely.